Indonesia has just hosted the 43rd ASEAN Summit and its related summits. The event, which went well and finished last week, also included a special gala dinner with authentic Indonesian menu. Joining us are the well-known chefs Arnold Purnomo, who prepared the food for the leaders of ASEAN and other heads of state and government. Hello, Chef Arnold.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hope you're fine as well. First of all, congratulations for the success of the ASEAN Gala Dinner last week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a nice surprise, and I think we all did very well, I guess. And I hope we make Indonesia proud.
The 43rd ASEAN Summit has just over last Thursday, anchored by the theme ASEAN Epicentrum of Growth. The successful summit also included a gala dinner which featured local cuisines for the leaders of ASEAN and other heads of states. How do you feel about this?
I feel glad that it went well, and yeah, I think the overwhelming response after the event was quite unexpected. But we all know that we did our best, and yeah, it was just a nice surprise that we were able to put our hospitality, our talent, especially the youth. We collaborated from the performers, and also the chefs, and even the front of house, the stewards, and the servers. So yeah, I feel glad that we make Indonesia proud for sure.
Tell us more about the dishes you prepared for the gala dinner. What's the menu and how was it selected? Did you propose the food or the government?
Okay, so there's various of steps and also requirements to do I mean the states dinner, right? So we collaborated with over about 30 chefs to pull out the dinner. One of them with Chef Degan, he's the one who's in charge with the SPAS program over in Taman Mini, and I look after the gala dinner and also the luncheon for the 3 days meetings during the summit. So I onboarded a lot of the young chefs. One of them is Chef Hans from August Restaurant, which is his restaurant is top 100 in Asia. So yeah, and many other chefs as well, from the pastry, from the main course. So the theme of the gala dinner, since we're in Hutan Kota, and what I propose is basically a step to IKN. So the whole theme of the dinner is actually Nusantara Urban Forest.
What's for the menu? Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, well, menu. Definitely one of the menu we have rawon. Rawon has been put on quite a highlight in the past few months. That it's been rated #1 soup dishes from Indonesia for the #1 dish in the world. And also there's pisang coklat for the dessert, but we make it to a forest. And there's a watermelon salad with andaliman, which andaliman is very distinctive, also called spice from Sumatra. And also we have daging kecap from Java.
Listening to you, I'm sure the audience can imagine the delicacy of the food. Sounds very delicious. What kind of challenges have you faced as the chef for the dinner?
Okay, well, I mean, I have to look after the F&B section, and I have to work and collaborate with many chefs. And the chef that we put into this, the talent that we put in for this event, we have a lot of them chefs to collaborate with. What's the challenge is basically we only have about 3 to 4 days to prep for the gala dinner, and at the same time we have to mobilize more or less 400 front of house, which is the server, with the limited time to train, rehearsal, and also to mobilize during the dinner, as the place, the venue for the dinner, it's not as spacious. So yeah, that was the challenges time basically. But I guess we did well, I guess.
Yes, you did well, very well indeed. How did you deal with security and safety affairs in the term of food preparation for the dinner?
Okay, well, when during prepping the dinner, during preparation, we've already given the brief to the team from the food security sector, and also we already have and received dietary requirements for all the head of states that's going to attend the dinner. So we prepared the menu accordingly. So we did our food test 2 days before the event, and also 3 hours prior to dinner. And all of the menus prepared is actually tailored to their dietary requirement from the head of states.
Are there special requests from any particular head of states, vegetarian, for instance?
There's a few. There's a few requests, but I can't disclose that. And there are a few allergic and dietary requirements, and we tailored it accordingly to the guests. And yeah, sorry to disappoint you, I can't disclose that.
That's all right.
But one thing, regardless their dietary requirement, I'm pretty sure they did enjoy the dinner. As I saw the plates coming in and coming out from their table, it was empty. It was clean plate, and I saw that almost each of them. So which it's just a lot.
Okay. How did you integrate the menu with the theme ASEAN Epicentrum of Growth and come up with the food theme of Nusantara the Forest?
Knowing that the guests for the gala dinner is not just from ASEAN, we have international guests. We have from Canada, we have the Prime Minister from other states as well. And so we created it with an authentic taste, but yet it's not too strong, and yet not too, let's say, too classic for them. But it's accordingly to their from visual presentation technique. But definitely we have put a unique taste and palette we've put our unique Indonesian spices and taste to their palette, and yeah. So we collaborated within 3 days with many chefs that helped for the gala dinner. So Indonesia have such talents, and it's easier to work and also to execute this gala dinner together with them.
Do you know how impressed were the leaders of government and head of states with the menu?
Sorry, what is it?
Do you know how impressed the leaders of government and head of states with the menu? Do you receive any comments from them directly?
No, I don't. But I was too busy. So, but there is one that I did receive right to my face and to the team. I think we were congratulated. So funny, when we were doing this head of state dinner, the security and the protocol was quite tight. So I was trying to mobilize my team from one kitchen to the other kitchen, but we passed with the president of Indonesia, Megawati, and also Ibu Puan. So Ibu Puan recognized me and she said, "Well done for the dinner, and it's spectacular, and it tastes better than Labuan Bajo ASEAN Summit." So that was a confirmation, direct confirmation. And also from President Joko Widodo and also Ibu Riana, they were enjoying the dinner very much, and they were glad that it happened, and all the performance and everything was a perfect night for Indonesia.
Wow, good to hear that. In one clip of the Presidential Secretariat YouTube channel, you mentioned that it's time for the Indonesian dishes to go international with international level appearance, but authentic taste. Why do you think Indonesian food can be accepted internationally?
I mean, look, we have a young talent, so many of them. In speaking on behalf of the culinary team, there's so many of us that have studied abroad. And for the love of Indonesia, we implemented all of the culinary techniques and skills that we've learned overseas and what we studied. And the trend and the shift, the trend, and also the culinary showcase is shifting. And we can promote, yes, we can promote rendang and all of those authentic and original food of Indonesian flavor. But then through all this talent, the young culinary with all the aspiring ideas and creativity, we put it together to one plate, and we're modernizing Indonesian flavor without taking the authentic and the spice and to showcase it to the world. And as you can see, some of the food has been prepared, and some of the photos, it may not look Indonesian food, but I can guarantee you all the taste, even the food for the lunch, garang asam, it's there, and also kopi juga ada di situ. So I mean, it's so nice to see and collaborate with all other young, talented young chefs together for the dinner.
Why do you think food like sushi, spaghetti, and tom yum can go international?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of well, speaking of Thai food, well, it's one of their programs that they have to open 10,000 restaurants globally with the supermarket, right? It's the government program to push that. And I think in terms of sushi, Japanese food, we always embrace a food that is fresh, tasty, with a lot of umami, right? I think it goes both way with the talent and the country and everyone who wants to embrace their culinary skill. And I think it is our own responsibility to promote it, and also to promote for the love of our country to the world. What we're all about. And I think those what happened, and it become a norm, and it become a global, I think a global acceptance for the food that you mentioned. But on the note to say, I think during the gala dinner, it was a perfect time. It was a perfect moment. It was the perfect storm for all of us to collaborate with such an event, such a show, and all eyes on us. And we did perform very well. And if you ask me again, did I expect anything, or did we expect any praise globally? We didn't. All we know that it went smoothly, and we did our best. We did not hope for or speculate anything. So it was an overwhelming praises afterwards the next day, and it was a pleasant surprise for all of us.
That's good. Several years ago, some international media outlets such as CNN.com has listed some Indonesian dishes, for example, nasi goreng, soto ayam, among the most delicious food in the world. Do you think this list can effectively promote Indonesian food at the global stage?
I think it's time to change, right? I mean, if we're gonna promote nasi goreng, everybody know nasi goreng, right? But let's battle out our fried chicken. Every country in the world have their own first of fried chicken. Every country have their own first of barbecue, right? So let's put that on a taste, and also a test, a challenge. Our iga bakar and American barbecue. Let's see who's tastier, and also our fried chicken with American fried chicken. Let's put it on a test where who's tastier. So I think to promote Indonesian cuisine, it's not just about a traditional dishes, but also let's promote other dishes that is more acceptable and more that they have in their own country, overseas, so that we can compete out there, and without bringing just to be fair. I think food is a celebration of talent, creativity, and also heritage, and culture. And I am goreng and fried chicken. Everybody have their own first of fried chicken. So yeah, I mean, let's promote those others. Everybody knows rendang, and everybody eats rendang, right? But out there, if you want to make a fried chicken, I can bet you Indonesian fried chicken is one of the best too.
That sounds cool. Well, once again, congratulations, Chef Arnold, for the success of the gala dinner, and thank you very much for joining us on TVRI World.
Thank you very much.